Good morning. Welcome to a new weekly vlog where I try to read my entire physical TBR shelf. I am starting a new book. Well, I started a new book yesterday and I didn't film yesterday just because there wasn't really an opportunity to sit down and film and none of the lighting would have been good. So it's Monday morning, it's -3 outside, and I really want to just be in some sunlight, be in some fresh air. So I'm cuddled up with my blanket. I have my coffee and my Christmas market mug from Strasbourg, from France. I went there 2 years ago, and yes, it was as magical as you would imagine it would be. So anyway, I'm gonna drink my coffee and read a little bit of The Historians by Cecilia Ekback. Ekback. She is Swedish. Well, I assume she's Canadian now because she lives in Calgary, as we see at the back. It says Cecilia, originally from a small town in northern Sweden, Ekback now lives in Canmore, Alberta with her husband and twin daughters. And this was published by a Canadian publishing company, by HarperCollins Canada. So yeah, I assume that she has her Canadian citizenship, so she's Swedish Canadian. And the reason I'm mentioning all of this is because the reason I started this channel was because I really want to read more Canadian literature and share that on YouTube, because I have a hard time finding good Canadian book recommendations. So I'm glad I have a Canadian one here that was on my shelf. I'll read you the synopsis. Hi, I have to pop in because while I was editing, I realized that when I moved the angle of the camera, you could see Charlie and Carlos in the background, and Carlos has not a lot of clothes on, so it was really inappropriate. So I just need to finish reading the synopsis here of The Historians, which well, you'll see the vlog, you'll know what I think about it, but let's read the synopsis. So it says, a riveting, fast-paced novel of intrigue about 5 brilliant young historians who find themselves on opposite sides of the war. Oh, you're crooked. Okay. It is 1943 and Sweden's neutrality in the war is under pressure. Laura Dahlgren, the right hand of the chief negotiator with Germany, is privy to ongoing discussions about German access to Swedish iron ore. When her former best friend and fellow classmate, Britta, is discovered tortured and murdered, Laura becomes determined to find her killer. In the Swedish government, Jens Regnell, the secretary to the unpopular Minister of Foreign Affairs, is becoming increasingly worried that his boss is secretly negotiating with the Reich. He has sent Britta's PhD thesis on Scandinavian supremacy without understanding why. In Lapland, near the iron mine, Sami are mysteriously disappearing. Tinelli, a young Sami boy, decides to investigate after his sister suddenly goes missing. Sami are a group of people who live in Nordic countries that I think originally came from Russia, maybe like Mongolia, Russia, and then went up to the Nordic countries and have stayed there. Together, these 3 people will uncover a conspiracy that could topple their government and destroy their country's identity, a conspiracy that others are desperate to contain at any cost. So that's The Historians, and the rest of the vlog is me reading it and you finding out what I think. Okay, I'm coming to Show Coffee and Bar for a little coffee date with Carlos. My friend Sherry told me they have the best London fog in the city, so let's check it out. Okay, it's super loud in here, so I don't know how nice this is gonna be for audio. But Sherry may have done me dirty because this is clearly made with syrup because he gave it to me so fast. So, I don't know. I'm low expectations. fog with syrup. So like chai syrup and vanilla syrup. It's not bad, but I want like real chai tea. Okay, I told you in the next clip I would tell you what I wanted to say, and there is a YouTube channel, a booktube channel that I follow called Bookleo. She is from Holland. She lives in the Netherlands, and she did a video about a month ago called The Downfall of Dark Academia, or yeah, something like that. And it was basically a look at how dark academia started and what it's turned into. And she speaks a lot about the origins from The Secret History by Donna Tartt and the movie The Dead Poets Society, and how basically it's books or movies that have a group of usually like rich and pretentious university students, college students, and how they are just dark and moody and depressed and really literary and philosophical. And this book has that. So these 5 friends, Laura, Britta, Eric, Henry something, and there's another guy. They're all 5 friends from university. They only care about each other. They only party with each other, and they're all history students. And it's just, it's the vibe. It's the dark academia vibe that Bookleo was talking about. So I'm gonna link the video below, and if you're into dark academia, you may like this book. I just left the library. I actually sat there and read my book a little bit. It was really cozy and nice because they have the nice big windows. So the sun's setting, I'm walking home, and look what I found. Remember I saw this at Pine Ridge and I was like, oh my gosh, I should totally get that. And now I get to look through it. So I got a bottle of wine. Hang on, let me put this back. Hang on, let me finish the clip and then I'll sort myself out. I went to Denardi and got a bottle of wine before coming to the library. So I'm gonna go home, open up the bottle of wine, read this cookbook, and hopefully read some more of the historians in the bath. I think that's what can happen tonight. Carlos and I have plans to have supper, drink our wine, listen to, there are 2 new albums that came out. Actually, we already listened to one of them, The Chainsmokers. We didn't like it. I think the only song that I liked was the last one. I didn't even like it enough to like put it on my list of songs. There's a new 5 Seconds of Summer album that we're going to listen to, and I don't think we finished listening to Ed Sheeran's latest album, so I think we're going to try to listen to those two albums and like either do a puzzle or play a board game. But I am really liking my book and do want to read more, and I have notes that I want to share, so hopefully I can get to those tonight. I am home now and want to show you which recipes I liked from the Ottolenghi cookbook. We also did open the bottle of Malbec and it was very good. This was the last bottle in the store and we're not getting any more. It was $24 and it's like a juicy, fruity Malbec with some really nice umami notes, like a salty prosciutto kind of thing going on. Anyway, let's get into this. So the first recipe I took, I dog-eared some pages here, which I know is kind of frowned upon, but I couldn't help it. No, that was not the first one. The first one, where? Oh, I didn't dog-ear the first one. This one. The figs with young pecorino and honey. That seems so, so good. And I love arugula, and you're supposed to put arugula in here. So I think I'd really like that. The next one I did was all the way back here. It was the, not that one, this one. The lamb rib chops with walnut and fig. I should show you, so in case you want to take the recipe for yourself. After that was this one. The oxtail stew
stew with pumpkin and cinnamon. Then I'm interested in the roast chicken with saffron, hazelnuts, and honey. I'm interested in the marinated turkey breast with cumin, cilantro, and white wine. I love cilantro. I understand why people don't like it, but I love it. Is this the next one? No. Is it? Wow. I didn't take a lot of recipes, as you can see. The meringues, really? Hang on. Yeah, it was the meringues next, the pistachio and rosewater meringue, and I also am interested in trying the cinnamon and hazelnut meringues, and one more, the labneh. They eat labneh a lot in Barranquilla. Carlos and I love it, so I really want to try making my own. What I do really like about Cecilia's writing is I feel like it's mature. I don't, you know, she's writing for an adult audience. She's not writing for like a young adult, or when I say young adult, I don't mean teenager, like I mean a young adult, like someone in their 20s audience. I feel like she's writing for someone her age, which I think is someone like in their 30s or 40s. And I really appreciate that. Hi. It is Saturday. It's a few days later. I have not picked up the camera, even though I have been reading the historians. I've kind of been battling a cold that I can't seem to shake. And just, there hasn't really been a reason for me to pick up and film. Like, I'm liking the book, but there's just not a lot that I want to say. Like, I have a few notes here that I'm going to share with you now. Give you that update, and then I'm just going to keep reading. I'm a little over halfway through. I was hopeful that I could finish the book within a week. I think I started this book last Monday or Sunday. And it's Saturday, so I still have, like, you know, 2-ish days to wrap it up, so hopefully that happens. I took a chunk off my finger yesterday on my mandolin. I don't know if it's focusing. That hurt. I'm just letting it breathe for a bit, then I'm going to put the Band-Aid back on. Anyway, let's dive into some of these notes from the book, and then I'm going to keep reading and hopefully finish tomorrow. Okay. What did I take note of here? Okay, I need to organize myself before I start talking to the camera. Okay, I've organized my notes. So the first little note I have is I really like the imagery that the author uses here. She says, "The flickering candles made the shadows from the book piles tremble as if they are about to topple over." Like, I don't know, isn't that just so, like, spooky, and the imagery, and it just sends a message, and it foreshadows for, she says, and that was it. Their connection had, of course, toppled over, like, meaning the friendships. And overall, I really like this woman's writing. I really like that this story, it's historical fiction, you know, World War II set in Sweden, but there is that, like, crime and thriller element to it. But I don't like crime novels, like mystery novels, when you're following like a detective or something like that. I'm more like the thriller type. So like the amount of mystery in this is perfect for me, and like the crime involvement, like there's a little bit of police involvement, there's a little bit of, like, you know, the main character taking on the detective role. It's just the perfect amount. Okay, the next thing I wrote, I just think like the way she described Eric, how he used to dress, I find really sexy. So
He was wearing a dark suit with a gray waistcoat, a tie too. She didn't think she'd seen him in a suit before. He was more of a trousers and crumpled shirt sleeves kind of man, and I just think that's really sexy. Like, I think about, you know, the men back in the 40s with those trousers, like with the pleated trousers, and they have these like rumpled, you know, rolled up shirt sleeves and probably a cigarette hanging out of their mouth, and like kind of, it's like they were really put together at the beginning of the day and then they've come undone. Like, you know, like a man at the end of a wedding, you know, he's taken his suit jacket off, his shirt sleeves are rolled up, some buttons are undone, his hair is a little like ruffled. I don't know, I think that's a good look. I like it. And then another kind of romance note that I find really sexy. She describes, Laura had been jealous of the obvious attraction between Britta and Eric, of being wanted in that way, a desire lingering on, unconsummated, the pain and delight of wanting. Like, if you haven't experienced that in real life, you have had it one-sided because you've had a crush on someone and, you know, either that your crush doesn't know or it's unreciprocated, and you just like the longing you have for that person. It's, yeah, like it hurts so good kind of thing. And I like want more of this. Like, Britta, this isn't a surprise. Britta is dead, but like I want to read Britta and Eric's love story, that like they're attracted to each other, they kind of love each other, but one of them isn't willing to go in on it. And of course, like, I want to read from the woman's perspective, like she's too scared to fall in love. Like, that I think is really the foreplay. That's foreplay that I think is really sexy. Okay, the final note that I have on this book. Here we go. Taking me a minute to get there. Oh yeah, it just so Laura gets fired from her job, and she says, "That was what happened when you were a woman," she thought. "If something happened involving you, regardless of whether it was your fault, you were dropped, as if you were contagious." But I don't think that's just women. I think that's everyone. Like, some people have no problem just like dropping you on a dime, and I think it's really crappy. And this is business, right? Like, this is her boss, this is business, and he doesn't want to he doesn't want her around because she's kind of been embroiled in this situation. And it's just really, really crappy on his end. And I think there are two sides of it. Like, people, like, you can understand the business side. You don't want to mix like business and personal, and you want to keep your professional life professional. But it's easy to say those things, but then once it happens to you, you're like it is crappy, and you do take it personally, and you can't just be like, "Oh, it was business, I get it." Anyway, that part of the book made me really stop and think about how in the business world and professional worlds, like, it's seen okay to just drop people, fire people, replace people so quick, when maybe we should be a bit more, like, maybe we shouldn't be so, what's the word I'm looking for? We shouldn't be so casual about it, because it is a big deal, and we should acknowledge that. I don't know. Anyway, those are my thoughts. I'm on page 245, chapter 31. I have like 215 pages left, 220 pages left. Yeah, 215 pages left. That's a lot, but I can do it. No, I have 200 pages left. I have 200. 100 today, 100 tomorrow, done. Yeah, right, but I'll try. Okay, it's Sunday, it's the next day. I'm feeling a lot better. Charlie's down here with me. I have an update. I have not finished. I did not read 100 pages yesterday and 100 pages today. I am on page 284. So I have 160-ish pages left. And I won't finish I won't finish for a while because I have a special like reading day planned for tomorrow. And then I have another reading vlog planned. I don't know when I'm going to film it. So I don't know if I'm going to pick this book back up this week or if it's not going to be until next week. But that's what I needed to update. I'm going to end the vlog here unless I got some cookbooks from the library today and I'm going to take them to my parents' house, but I don't know if I'm going to kind of go through them. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 5. I have 5. I guess if there is more to the vlog, it will be me going through the cookbooks and showing you the recipes that I liked and kept. If the vlog ends here, then the vlog ends here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, I did make it through all these cookbooks, so I took nothing from this one. I took nothing from this one. From this one, I took just 2.
Okay.
I want to try these pecan sandy spelt scones.
Okay.
And I want to try...
But you've got them written down.
I'm going to write them down.
Okay.
And I'm going to try the fudgy raspberry swirl brownies. From this one, I am going to take the watermelon pizza. I think that'll be really fun for the kids in Colombia. And the best chocolate cake. And dark chocolate gelato, egg-free. And then this is the last one. I took the most from this book. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I took the crisp honey grams.
But they're on your phone.
Yeah, I'll put them on my phone.
That's okay.
Spicy caramel popcorn. Fresh strawberry tart with lemon cream.
Sounds good.
And the last one is caramelized apple skillet cake. I like recipes that you do in a cast iron pan. So that's it. A cast iron pan, yeah.
That's okay.
And Athena and my mom and dad, they put up the Christmas tree. And that's it for this week's vlog. See you in the next one.